Hey, what's happening, guys? It's August 6th, 2012, and here's your Valve news. Okay, guys, huge news. Probably the biggest news I've ever had to report on. I do have to point out, ignore my cat. That's Boots. If you see a paw coming down in the top of the frame, that's my cat. His name is Boots. I'm so excited, I don't care that he's up in the frame anyway, because Source Engine 2 has pretty much been confirmed at this point. And that is because in Source Filmmaker, the beta project that lets you make, a ton of different versions of Meet the Heavy, because no one's really that good with Source Filmmaker at this point, has some coding flaws in the point that it's not coding. The program works fine, but they coded inside the program information about future Valve endeavors. Most importantly, I'm saying most importantly because it was talked about like 60 times in the coding, something called Source 2. Source 2 is the next game engine that Valve is going to be using for future games. And as with Gold Source, as with Source Engine, and as it's going to be with Source 2, it's always introduced with a Half-Life game. That means that Half-Life is very close to being released. I'll get to why in a bit, and that is going to be on a new game engine. Told you last time that's what was happening, and a bunch of you told me that I was wrong. Looks like I was right. And yeah, as so far as we know, it's going to be a brand new game engine where it's going to be talked about some point in the future. I predict E3 2013, maybe Gamescom 2012, but that's very, very soon, so I'm not sure. It's very close to release because they talked about it so much, and having it coded inside a product that's pretty much already very close to being finished means that they're relying on it being released somewhere in the lifespan of Source Filmmaker. And the lifespan of a Valve product is about 4 years, other than Team Fortress, because Team Fortress is amazing, okay? So it's going to be out very, very soon. Not like next week or next 6 months, but I will say in the next year, between August 2012 and August 2013, we will see either a full release or a lot of information about the next Half-Life game in Source Engine 2. Now, the only other detail about this entire thing, and pretty much the entire reason why I'm pretty much going insane over this, is because if you go to the Valve website, check out Products, and you scroll down to the bottom, it talks about the Source Engine, and like how it's so versatile, and how it pre-renders lighting, and so it runs really well on poopy computers, and that kind of stuff. And then it says at the bottom, and it's about to get much better. Now, some would argue that that means that they're updating it again for the next game, like they do every year. There's Source 2004, and it's moved all the way up to Source 2012. That means that even if they're talking, oh, it's about to get better, that means Source Engine 2 is going to be coming out soon, making Source Engine about to get better. And of course, like I said, with the release of a new Source Engine, new game engine by Valve in the first place, we are going to get a Half-Life game, because those are the best at showcasing what the engines can do at the current time. There's so much hype about this, and there's so much that you can speculate off of this small bit of information because it's such an important piece of information. Of course, I'm known to just put on my tinfoil hat and completely go off when I get this kind of information, so I'm going to just leave it up to you. So yeah, it's really exciting, and it's totally true. Source Engine 2 is a real thing, and it's going to be released somewhere in the near future. Other than that, that's pretty much all the news I have for you guys. I know this is kind of a shorter video, but that's because there's been an enormous drought of Valve news. It's just been dead. Like, Gabe complains about Windows 8, and that's what people talk about because that's all we have. I don't want to talk about that because although we already know that Windows 8 is going to suck, it's going to, it doesn't need to be talked about, because it's not particularly Valve related, so whatever. Also, I would like to point out that just because I'm putting content on my channel doesn't mean you need to flame me, because it's not news. Like I said, not a lot of news, and I want to put content out on my channel so you guys don't get bored, and so I can apply to it for a YouTube partnership when I make the qualifications, because that's going to be very important to me when I get to be able to do that, because my videos will be way more professional looking, so whatever. Other than that, that was pretty much your Valve news for August 6th, 2012. I'm Tyler McVicker, And I just realized I've been saying that for an entire year. This channel turned a year old a week ago. Wow. I've been doing this for a year. I need to find something else to do. I'm not gonna stop, don't worry. But yeah. Oh well. Adios.